and welcome back. Today's video is my January update for Pan That Palette 2022. The way that I decided to do this challenge is to hit pan on 22 shades of 5 palettes that I'm working out of. Once I hit pan in a palette, I either have the option to keep working out of that palette or if I want to bring in a new one. So obviously it's January, it's a little slow start for me, so I haven't hit pan on anything, but I do have in a few shades some really good dips that are hopefully will be visible to you. And I can't really see too great out of the viewfinder, out of my camera, so when editing, if you can't really see the progress that I made, especially the shades that have a really good dip, what I'll do is I'll just take a picture so that you can see it. But I will post a picture somewhere here of my intro, because at the time I wasn't filming in the beginning of the month, but I did post a picture on Instagram of the palettes that I chose and what the palette looked like me starting out. And the way that I picked my palettes out to start this challenge was I basically went with my oldest palettes. I have a lot of palettes. If you remember from when I was filming before, eye palettes were my love. They still are. So I did accumulate quite a bit of palettes while I was YouTubing, and I just want to go ahead and get use out of them. A lot of them still have not been touched. So again, that's the purpose of me doing this and hitting pan, because I did try the Pan That palette where you finish a whole palette, and it just didn't work out for me. One, I just got extremely bored with just using one palette for trying to do it for a full year, and two, all my other palettes were just sitting while I was working on that one palette. So when I decided to hit the pan, that worked out much better for me, because I did get to use a lot of different palettes, and also, you know, just hitting pan on them so they still were getting really good use. So that's how I went about it. The first palette I'm going to start with is the Bare Minerals, and this is the Playlist. That is the name of the palette. And so I'll post a picture somewhere where you can see where it looked like before. And honestly, I didn't use this palette too much, with the exception of maybe a couple of shades. I've used this one. I've used this one right here. Sorry for the glare. I've used this one, but again, nothing where, you know, you can really see a dip or anything like that. It still pretty much looks like it did in my intro picture. The second one is in Bare Minerals, and this is the Cocktail Hour. And so you will see on this one, this purple shade right here, this has a really good dip. And it did start out with a little bit of a dip, which hopefully you can see in the picture that I posted. But this definitely does, I made good progress on this one. And this is one that I will be working for February. So I'm hoping at the end of February I will be able to have hit pan in this particular shade. And then for today, actually, I have on this silver. I'm wearing the silver, and I'm wearing these two shades too. So I'm wearing these little 3 right here. But yeah, so I'm pleased with the progress on that purple one. And I love purple. I mean, I love color anyway, but I really love purple. It's definitely one of my go-to shades. So I shouldn't have a problem hitting pan on that one. The next palette is out of the Sigma Dare palette. Again, one of my older ones. And this one, haven't really, again, not too much progress as far as seeing any kind of dips. These two I use for transition shades, and I really like using them for that. So I have been using them part of January for that purpose. The next palette is the Sigma Flare palette, and this is another one where I'm hoping to hit pan for February. And hopefully you can see this purple shade right here up at the top. There's a nice little dent in there. So I want to continue to work on that for February and hopefully see some pan at the end of February in that one. And then the last one is out of the Too Faced Sweet Indulgence palette. I think this was like a holiday palette for one of the Christmas, I think it was Christmas, that it came out. And this one is another one where one of the shades I should be able to hit pan for February, the end of February. And it's the top one. It's in the Bluff. It's this shade right here. And hopefully you can see I have a nice dip in that one. And how I'm using this, and I've been basically using it anytime I have more makeup for January, is I basically use it as a setting powder for my eye primer. And even though it's not a matte shade, it's a little bit of a satiny finish. It doesn't really show shine too much on my eyes. It just, I don't know, it just works out good. So I've been using it, like I said, to set my eye primer, and I also put it down here a little bit. And I just like the way that it looks. I really like the way it looks. It, you know, I feel like it seals in my eye primer, and it just makes my eyes look really nice to start, you know, with my eyeshadows. That is my progress for January. I'll come back at the end of February with hopefully 3 shadows showing pan. And then at that time I'll decide if I still want to work in those same palettes or if I want to bring in new ones. So yeah, that's about it. I also have the Project Polish and also the used 22 products in 2022. And I think with those 2 projects, I think I'm going to do one maybe every 2 months as an update. I don't know. I'll have to see. I am going to be doing the declutter, or I think it's like the Mims game, or I forgot the actual correct name for it. But it's basically where you declutter for every day of the month, you declutter that many items. And I did that in the past and I absolutely loved it. I think it's a fun way to declutter. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to post those daily on Instagram, and then I'll probably do just a quick video at the end of the month for those of you who aren't on Instagram. You know, if you just want to see the things I got rid of. Again, it's just anything from clothes, just miscellaneous stuff, some like just ridiculous, stupid, like, you know, one-off things. But again, it's just a great way to declutter your house or your room and everything. And my goal is to do it at least twice this year. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, that is about it. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you guys are all making huge progress on your projects. Let me know if you're doing the Pan That Palette project down below. Whether if you're hitting pan, or if you want to go through a whole palette, what palette you're working out of. I'd love to hear from you and cheer you along as well. I appreciate you guys for watching and spending some time with me. I hope you guys all have a blessed day. Till the next video, bye guys.